It was 6 months after surgery and had run into some problems with the bowel function after the reversal. That's when the problems began. Spent a lot of time in the toilet doing nothing or doing tadpoles. I used to tell them, I've been there for an hour and I've only done a tadpole. You know, it was ridiculous. And I was beginning to pay attention to what I needed to do. I had always walked a lot, but I realised that I needed to do sort of hilly walks, you know, a bit more stressful than just walking. So I began to do hill walks every morning, and I'd begun to change my diet. See, one of the problems with the medical professionals is they want to give people something easy to do. That's why they say just get this supplement, that supplement, whatever, or just say high fibre. But I don't believe that the medical professionals encourage people to change their diet and exercise. I think that they expect to give them something easy that they can go to the pharmacy to get. I believe that if they could just begin to talk about it's your whole digestive system, it's what you eat and your exercise that you need to address, it would make a huge difference to people struggling with, you know, to improve their bowel function. So the first thing I did was to buy a juicer because I knew I really needed those vegetable juices. I changed what bread I was buying. I began to read labels. I stopped buying any processed food, meat, any of that stuff. And then I bought a blender and began to blend some really healthy things, including flaxseed oil, which is wonderful, very good to help bowel function too, and blended with low-fat cottage cheese. It makes a beautiful, it's like a cream, very rich cream, but it's the way of getting the flaxseed oil, and the combination works really well, and just pour it over fruit. I feel wonderful. I feel absolutely wonderful. By the time I was well, I was asking the Cancer Council, where are the colorectal or the bowel cancer support groups, and found out there weren't any. I was absolutely shocked because it's such a prevalent cancer and, you know, it affects men and women. So I kept saying to them, someone should start one then. And eventually they said, well, yes, but you're the only one talking about it. So with another fellow colorectal cancer survivor, the two of us did.
Like I was thinking, I don't get the same message to go to the toilet like I used to.
Yeah, and that was really interesting.
That's how I feel. You know how you know you've got to go to the toilet, so you go. Now I don't feel the same urgency to go or the same bowel feeling.
My husband's very shy and embarrassed because it is the bowel. And being a so-called macho man, you know, he couldn't be seen to be wearing the nappies.
We're now getting referrals from some of the major hospitals. Okay. We're on the Cancer Council helpline database, so if anyone calls the helpline and they ask about support groups, they can find out. So we've had some referrals from there.
Because of the problem now of having to visit the toilet regularly, we have to be very careful about what he eats, because even like fruit juice and all sorts of little things can upset his tummy. We were very relieved to find that there is an actual brochure or an internet site telling us about the public toilets, because you really need to know where the toilets are.
When new people come, they are always invited to share their story if they want to. They don't have to. But we've never had anyone knock that back, because it's almost a relief to be able to not have to choose your words and to just say how it is. And you know, bowels aren't nice and they're embarrassing to talk about, and so I think it's the first time that people often feel that it's acceptable to share all that stuff, because it's not stuff you share at a social gathering.